This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Come on, that was pretty good. Yeah, the K9000. There we go. Wow. Unreal, huh? All right, you guys. Well, this is my last show before I get to go on a, play golf for a day. Okay, tomorrow. So hopefully we can, somehow make up something for today for the day that I'm going to be missing, but I don't know. Who knows how that's going to work. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I hope most of you saw that last video that I put out. I'm sure you'll see people discussing the exact same thing real soon, maybe even videos saying, look, I recreated the same thing, but I won't say that I recreated it using, it's just, it is the way it is, right? I just wish people were a little bit more ethical on YouTube, don't you guys? Yeah, oh yeah, it's unbelievable. Somebody's already done this one. Oh my God, jeez, unreal. Well, that's just the way it works, Can't do anything about it. Wow, Amy Restad, holy crap! Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And also, at the end of the month, a large portion of that will be going to a charity too, because we donate on this channel over 50% of the net revenue, and that'll definitely 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, I still haven't had the time because I've been so busy putting out fires and so forth. Yeah, well, unethical, there's no such thing as ethics on YouTube. But over the weekend, I'll put together all the people from yesterday, and we'll do a bunch of spins, okay?
You're still my favorite true.
I just didn't have the time.
Romantic face.
Yeah, I'm one of the very few people on YouTube that actually uses their real name. No, you don't, Gray. Your real name is Lance. Hey, everybody, I've told the story 1,000 times. Yep. When I was born, listen to this again, everybody, for the 98,000th time. It's hard to say 98,000th. Anyways, when I was born, this is a true story. I actually check in with my mom every year just because I always wonder, am I just not remembering? But I was born, my parents wrote L. Gray Hughes down. Then the doctor, he wrote Lance on the birth certificate, but he was a family friend, so my parents were like, yeah, who cares? I was still going to be called Gray. So my name is Gray, but it just causes all kinds of crap officially, So if you're wondering, when people go, hey, Lance, because they think they're so super sleuthy and just really, hey, they dug in deep. The reality is I've told the story 100,000 times now it's 100 whatever thousand. And I've said it a million times, so nobody's being super sleuthy, all right? It's just, it is what it is. And I know you think, that's not true. Who would let their... Well, it is, okay? was about to give up on YouTube till I. Oh, well, that's a nice thing to say. Thank you. Yeah, on this channel, you might not like my personality, but I think it kind of comes with the territory when you're trying to be a rational YouTuber because you're battling with so many lunatics on social media that it's hard to actually have a good personality sometimes. Hey, thanks, Elaine Tolling. Yeah. So let me get this playing. And some of it, you guys just see me every single day. So the good and the bad, good, bad, and the ugly. You know, as a matter of fact, I can show you something ugly here. Watch this one. Hold on a second. Put this one. No, maybe it's on. I think it's on this one here. Hold on. Right here. So this is what I always tell people is in this video here, because of the generosity of all the freaks, even if I did this on every show, we would still be making a huge difference in regards to the charities and so forth that we do at the end of the year. There they go, look at it. Yeah, okay, so, you know, that's one of the ugly ones, but hey, at least it was for a funny reason, okay? It's pretty good. Yeah, they're never going to let it go. They're never going to let it go. Thank you so much, Mari Glaviano. And happy birthday again. All right, did you like the Mary Lou's version other than the hacking and coughing she kept doing? I mean, have you guys just sort of snuck around and listened to any of these live streams going on? They are just full-on nut jobs. I mean, it's unreal. It's crazy. All right, so anyways, I'm going to get to doing some updates here. Well, I sort of have to, because everywhere I go, I keep seeing my video up on their screen. And then I look under the description and my name isn't there. They just use it like it's now public, you know. And so did, you know, it's sort of strange how some people, because I'm friends with them, they think that they can just use my videos at will without asking or putting a link in the description or anything. Yeah, that's one of the things that's getting a little strange. There's only one or two people that do that. Alright, so we're going to do a couple updates here. This is in the Merced kidnapping case. If you guys missed that one, it was absolutely horrendous. We have the surveillance footage. We were able to watch the family being taken out of the building in zip ties. The first two males, and then the mother and 8-month-old child. 6 minutes later, were also removed after the car drove away and then came back. And then we were just kind of tracking and trying to figure out where the hell they were. And then we, mapped out where the phone was found, where the burnt out car was found. And then later in that evening during that show, they actually found all 4 of their bodies. The psycho who kidnapped them actually ended up killing them all, which is just mind-boggling, isn't it? Message deleted by... Why did you delete... Well, I don't even understand that message up there. Let's see. So it says, a brother of the man officials believe kidnapped and killed 4 members of a Merced County family has been arrested. And it was weird, too, because this is the case where I went to Street View and I found there's an image of the entire family, or not all of them, but, family members checking out the property of the trucking company before it was even built, a year and a year and a half before they were murdered. It's just so bizarre seeing stuff like that. Anyways, Alberto Salgado, 41, was taken into custody late Thursday night on suspicion of conspiracy, accessory, and destroying evidence. So the brother, they said that they believe that there was another person involved, and that's going to be it. Jasdeep Singh, 36, Jasleen Kaur, 27, and their 8-month-old daughter, Arui Deri, and her uncle, Amandeep Singh, 39, were found dead near a county road in Dos Palos on Wednesday. It was kind of near where they found the cell phone, which is really idiotic for a criminal to do that. Officials said that Salgado's brother, lead suspect Jesus Manuel Salgado, 48, previously drove a truck for the family and had been fired. Boom. So we had a guy named Gino in our chat. He was telling us the absolute truth. All right, so officials said that Salgado's brother, this is on the San Francisco Chronicle, links in the description. Officials said that Salgado's brother, lead suspect Jesus Manuel Salgado, 48, previously lead suspect Jesus Manuel previously drove a truck for the family and had been fired. So a disgruntled employee, really. Investigators said they were looking into the possibility that before the family slaying, Salgado targeted other former employers he resented. Several relatives and friends of this week's victim said they knew former bosses of Salgado who got unsettling calls from him and were afraid he was targeting them as well as the Singh family. Manrup Kaur, who knows the victim's family, knew of at least one of these instances. The man was texting one of his previous bosses, not the Singh family, and he didn't answer, she said. That's probably why he's alive today. That's what we think, at least. Merced County Sheriff Vernon Warnke said one of several crimes Salgado was convicted of in years past involved a 2005 home invasion case in which he held a former boss and the boss's family at gunpoint, demanding money he believed he was owed. Man, I think that's exactly what happened here. And he wasn't owed a damn thing, is the truth. I think this is the same kind of thing Warnke told the Chronicle. Neighbors of the Gateway parking business the family owned said they were sure they had seen Salgado stalking up and down busy Highway 59 in front of the business for months before the killing. So wow, he was a truck driver before they even really got going. Acting angry and cursing at passerby. The family was abducted from the business, security footage showed. I was pretty worried even for myself, said Renee Calvazo, 64, who lives next to the vast parking lot. Man, that was such a crazy... Did any of you guys go back? I mean, some of you are probably new that are watching. You should go back, and it was just like a few days ago, and watch those videos. I mean, they're just absolutely horrific. Video surveillance showed a person entering the Singh business with a firearm. He walked up this ramp carrying a bag, and then as Singh goes inside, he drops the bag on the ground, and he pulls out a gun from his pocket, and then he goes in, and then 9 minutes later or so, the two men are zip-tied, and they're being let out the back door. I mean, it's so weird how casual it all seems, but he ends up killing them all. Is that just crazy or what? The same person returned to the business at around 9:20 a.m. and car and the baby were then taken from the business, unrestrained, and put into the truck. The person drove off, headed south on Highway 59 in the direction. So we had the right direction of where they likely were found, but didn't have the exact spot. Around 1 p.m. Monday, Cal Fire officials responded to a report of a vehicle fire. I wonder if that would have been on that camera. Vehicle fire involving 2020 black Dodge Ram truck that was later found to be registered to Amandeep Singh. Authorities were not able to reach Singh after finding his truck. Yeah, so we went through this whole thing, but anyways, they made the second arrest, which is pretty amazing. So here's the thing, you guys. On this channel, every single day we raise funds to help support my channel so I can, justify doing 3-4 hour shows every single day. And then during the month and at the end of the month, I donate over 50%. Because of you guys. It's not like, money doesn't grow on trees. It just doesn't show up. Over 50% of the net revenue, and we are up to $101,000 since 2020 right now. Okay, so if you feel like you want to help support the channel and know that a large portion of the, obviously after taxes and all the YouTube shit that they do, but it does work. We have been absolutely kicking ass and making a difference out there. So that is the absolute truth. There's people out there that say, oh, what do you do? And they get angry if you don't donate every single nickel that your channel makes. But this is a monetized channel. I feel like what I do is different than the channels that sit there for 5 hours and discuss wild conspiracy theories for entertainment purposes. My show is out there to bring light to cases and to allow people to visualize and see things in a way that makes sense. It's not invented information. It's real, and whether or not it's entertaining or not, it just is what it is. Sometimes drama happens here because we're usually talking about other drama that happened, but it doesn't last the whole show. It's just like usually at the beginning of my show, I might do a 15-20 minute thing on crazy crap, and then I get right into all the, the cases that we're going to be covering. Yes, and channel memberships are part of the revenue. So, have you guys seen any ads? It was weird because I was just noticing it looked like there was a little ad revenue that came in finally. Like normally there's no ad revenue on any of my videos. It's just demonetized right away. Yeah, I didn't mention it because I wasn't talking about that, Emmy. Cool. Let me know if they get a verdict, though. That'd be sweet. Thanks, Benji. I think it's going to be guilty for sure. No doubt about it. I haven't been following it at all, but no doubt about it. Okay. So now we're going to switch over to Debbie Collier for a moment. Debbie Collier's death, FBI joins investigation into bizarre case. Oh, thanks, Jan H. Because here's the thing, everybody. I'm going to be going on, taking a day off for once in a blue moon. Okay, so I'm trying to at least have a normal day today, so that tomorrow, the day that I do miss isn't a big deal. Because it really, you get behind. Because some nights are just terrible, and you got to make up for them on other days. Thanks, Sylvina May. So Debbie Collier's death, FBI joins investigation. So are most of you, put a 1 if you aren't one of the people that's been following the Debbie Collier case. That case is 1,000 times more interesting than any of the other cases that, to be honest with you, even the Kylie Rodney case. Okay, Kylie Rodney case is interesting right now because there's this incredible element that just popped up. The Debbie Collier case is going on right now, and it is insane. Okay, it absolutely is insane. As a matter of fact, because there's so many new people here that don't know it, I'm going to go over it really fast, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. That's why people are really into this one. It's absolutely nuts, and we've been covering it since the 20th. I think it was about the 20th of September. It is absolutely crazy. So let me get to another folder here. But you gotta just stick through this. I know it's not Kylie Rodney, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, just try to open your horizons up a little bit. Do something else. You'll be amazed. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So that lady you just saw on the screen a second ago, this lady right here, her name is Debbie Collier. And I have an image right here. This image has a wrong last name on a couple people, but this was just made early on. So this is Amanda Collier, Debbie's daughter. This guy right here is the husband, Steve. He's the stepfather of Amanda. So, and then Andrew here, and her last name is not Collier, Amanda. Steve right here is the stepfather and wife of Debbie, and then Andrew here is an MMA fighter. He is the boyfriend of Amanda Collier. Hey, thank you so much, Carla Hussey or Hughesy. I'm going to call you Hughesy. There you go. Carla Hughesy. All right. So anyways, you got these people right here. So let me go over this craziest thing you've ever heard in your life. And the problem is there's even surveillance footage. There's all kinds of stuff, but I'll just give you the rundown here. You can go back and watch all the other videos. But so Debbie, the daughter that you were just looking at, I mean the mother, had lunch with Amanda, the daughter, and her boyfriend on September 9th, the MMA fighter. Amanda's into drugs and that kind of thing. And so then Debbie had dinner with her mother too that same night, which is kind of unusual, right? I mean, most people don't have lunch and then dinner again with their mom, you know. I do, Gray. I do it all the time. Well, good for you. You're the daughter of the year, everybody. All right, so Debbie had dinner with mother and ran some errands. So then Amanda went and ran some errands, and they left separately, okay? But the neighbor that lives near this residence right here, it's kind of a crazy little, that's not even the house. There, hold on. I think it is the house. Got to get rid of this, though. There we go. Yeah, right here, it's like a I don't know what you call that, like a geodome. Right there, you see that one? Yeah, used to be is the operative word there, Jamie. Yeah. So anyways, a commotion, there was a commotion at the Collier home, and it was with the younger female, and it was the night of the 9th, okay? So when the husband went to sleep on the 9th, he sees Debbie Collier still there, and he goes to bed at 9. They sleep in different rooms because he apparently snores and they have different bedrooms. Okay, then the next morning when he got up to go to work, Debbie Collier's car is there, and it is. I mean, it's really likely that it's there because we know later that she's alive. Okay, so the weird part is at 9 in the morning, her rental car is outside the house because she got in a car accident before and she's using a rental car. So then she, let's see, on that. So this is the 10th now, right? Because it was the 9th they had the lunch and the dinner, and then on the 10th, the husband goes to work, and then it's crazy because at 2:55, or actually I think we have a different time too. At 2:17, Debbie's car is driving way up this highway here. Look how crazy this is. All the way from down here, this is on a football game day. Her car is driving all the way up here, and it passes right here at this Tallulah Falls area at 2:17, and then drives all the way up, keeps on going, and goes to a Family Dollar store right here. And it's odd because she pulls in, parks her car right there for a second, like about 10 seconds, then pulls forward and then parks there. She's probably just waiting for the other car to pull out or something. Who knows, right? Anyways, then she goes into the store after, it's only 2 minutes that she's in this parking lot. She literally drives through the McDonald's parking lot right there, parks here, pulls forward, and then parks right there. It's all on surveillance footage that I have. I had contact with the communications department at the sheriff's department. I think it's Habersham Sheriff's Department, and they sent me all of the surveillance footage that they have. So the car pulls in here, then she goes inside, And when she goes inside the store, she buys a blue tarp, a poncho, a red sort of bag kind of thing that carry, that has handles on it, a tote bag, a reusable lighter, and a package of 2 rolls of paper towels. Okay, then when she leaves the store, that's where it gets a little weird, because she goes outside, gets in her car, and it sits right in this one spot here for, minutes, like 7 minutes or so. And then one of the elements that are part of the case is that, look at this right here. At 3:17, so she goes into the store at 2:55, and then exits at 3:09, and then at just 8 minutes later, it's weird too, because she's parked here, backs out, pulls right to there, and then sends a Venmo message that says, Debbie Collier paid you $2,385. This was sent to Amanda, her daughter. And it says, they're not going to let me go. Love you. There's a key to the house in the flower pot by the door. And then Amanda said, what do you mean? They're not going to let her go. They're not going to let her go. And everybody starts freaking out, and they look for her. And Amanda suggests to some, there's a lot of really sketchy stuff going on in here. First of all, Amanda gets $2,385. A weird number. Plus, why is Debbie, who is scared to death, sending a Venmo to anybody, right? And then she says, they're not going to let me go. But some people think this is nefarious. They're not going to let me go. I can't go to the game. Hey, love you. Tell you what, there's a key in the house to the flower pot by the door. Something like that. Yeah. So, but this part here is interesting. I think from the very beginning, I think this sentence, there is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door, is the most important element, because there's a couple of reasons. First of all, it shows that somebody's aware of the blue flower pots by the door, and there really are blue flower pots by the door. Here's an image of their house, and look at this right there. Blue flower pot by the door, or even maybe that little sort of teal one over there. But there it is. So that's the blue flower pot by the door. But it also seems like it could be an alibi that somebody would put in a text message to give somebody a reason why they had access to a house. Okay? Oh, yeah. Well, she put the key in the flower pot by the door, and then I got into the house, and, but another problem is, though, some people think that if it's not nefarious, and it's a mundane conversation about they're not going to let me go, well, then how come Amanda doesn't know what they're not going to let me go means? She's just having a conversation. It would have been something like, hey, do you want to go to the movie next week? Oh, they're not going to let me go. Hey, tell you what, here's it. Right? So she would have known what that meant, and she wouldn't have went, oh my God, they're not going to let my mom go, and turned it into this big conspiracy. But then at the same time, if it's really a brain twister here. Okay, it's a brain twister. So anyways, then she leaves the parking lot, and so from here, if you watch the surveillance footage, she drives like this, comes over here, and then stops right there for really kind of a strange reason. There's only one car there and another car here in her surveillance, but then she turns and goes over here, and then exits, and then heads south on the freeway. You actually can still see her on the surveillance as she passes right in this, right around in this area right here. Because the surveillance camera is right up in this corner here, basically like this. Right, so if you want, you can go back and watch the videos. Let me just see something if I can get in there really fast. Yeah, like for example, here's when she's in the store. So she goes into the store. She's got her jersey on for the football game, right? So you think, oh wow, she's just buying stuff for the tailgater. But why would you drive 71 miles north to buy tailgate stuff? And not only that, by the time she got back home, you'd be 50 minutes into the game, because the game started at 4 o'clock. It's an hour and a half drive. She's buying this stuff at she doesn't even leave the parking lot till about 3:19. So an hour and a half from there would be 4:50, which is, 50 minutes late. God, my memory's good sometimes. So there she is, and she wanted her to put the paper towels into the red tote. And everything. She was about to bag everything, but then she wanted everything put into the red tote. Alright. So anyways, eventually she, buys everything, and then she exits the store right there, okay? So she exits the store. Then, I'm going to see what video this one is. Okay, so this is when she's leaving. So this car right there is her leaving. So watch it. So she exits the store, gets into the car, and it's really interesting. Look at the time down here. Can you guys see that? It says 3:16. Well, just remember she sends her Venmo at 3:17. So it's almost like right now she's getting a text message on her phone, and she goes, "Oh wait, hold on," and then pulls over and stops, and then starts texting it in there with stuff like, maybe she's saying, typing in, just try to picture it out, THEYARE, not going, let me go, love you, da 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 da, you're still typing it in, and then you eventually send it. Because right now, so I actually put the little Venmo message in there. Love you, there's a key in the house, blue flower pot by there's no punctuation at all. And then you just go, you send it off, and now we're at the 3:17 time frame. It's exactly when this message was received by Amanda. There you go. Look at that. Look how perfectly that lines up, right? And then, I always thought it's a little strange what she's doing here in the parking lot. Sometimes it feels like there's somebody else in the back of the tinted windows, but law enforcement said there's nobody there. So here she goes and stops right here. And look at that weird turn. Like, I don't really understand that because there's a lot of space right over here. Like, why did you stop and kind of analyze what you were going to do right there? It doesn't probably mean anything. Sometimes people just do weird things, And then she goes out and then heads south on the highway. And that's her car right here. You're about ready to see it just turn. And it heads off. And the car that was behind her in silver takes a left. So basically, I haven't seen anything nefarious in the parking lot at all, other than what she's doing. I mean, like, knowing what's going on. So after this, everybody, she was reported missing at 6 o'clock the same day. So imagine, like, literally you're at the store at 3:19, and you're reported missing at, like, 6:06. Okay? Because she wasn't back home yet. Which is weird, because she would have been home at, like I said, 4:50, had she just driven there. And then the next day, and actually that same evening at 5, even before she was reported missing, a police officer saw her vehicle parked right here. And let me show you this. So 5 o'clock on the 10th, a police officer noted that he saw her vehicle parked right there. Okay, then at 6 o'clock-ish, she was reported missing. Then the next day in the morning, around noon, they found her car and verified, oh yeah, it's her rental car. Then they got canine dogs out there and tracked down, and then they found her body right down here with, let's see, it was partially nude, on her back, grasping a tree with her right hand, and she had charring to her stomach. And all the items, there's almost all the items she purchased at the Family Dollar are down there at the crime scene. Even her shoes, everything. So tell me that isn't the craziest thing you've ever heard. All right, so they're just trying to figure out. I guess it's really complicated. It does feel like it's something close to the family. Perhaps, allegedly related to something associated with the daughter or something like that. So for those of you who hadn't heard of that, what do you guys think of that? I mean, go look at it. Go watch some of the videos that we've done. Well, I thought maybe a suicide originally. But however, and I still thought it was a suicide until I called up the detective and he told me a thing that I was wanting to know. And then I go, oh, geez, okay, well. But here's the thing. Here's what they admitted at the press conference. They said that almost all the items are at the crime scene. So what if you go down to the crime scene and you find everything but the thing that lit the fire, the lighter that she purchased? But couldn't it also be that she just hucked it? But then why would she huck the lighter? You know, there's no reason to do that. So when you look at it like that, it does sound like they believe it's a homicide based on information. But you always have to leave that angle out there because, you know, it is an unusual way to kill yourself. It does happen, though. You know, the detective actually answered the phone. It was really weird. You did a press conference. You gave out his number. I called it. He answered. We talked for, I don't know, 15 minutes. He was really cool, dude, and everything. And, you know, I can't say all the stuff that we talked about because he said, you know, he didn't want me to. So, I mean, at this point, I think it's most likely a murder because of what he said. But, you know, they were interested at the beginning of her mental health. Some people think it's one of those shake and bake kind of things, like a meth. But I don't know. Does Debbie seem like a shake and baker? But I guess when you watch Breaking Bad, I mean, do those guys really look like they're... Yeah, I don't know. Huh? She looked... What do you mean she looked disoriented? Come on, Jesus. She just looks like a person. Come on, don't overanalyze stuff. She's just getting in her car. Yeah. Buying the thing. She even thought, hey, put it in this red tote. Yeah, she doesn't seem disoriented. She just... Yes, it's her in the store. 100%. Welcome, Upside Down Bunny. Here's another video when the car got to the store. Let me get a different one than that. I think it's this one right here. All right. So this is her getting out of the vehicle. Some of the video gets really blurry all the time. But look, here's her getting out of the car and going into the Family Dollar. And look, she reaches in to unlock the door, or to lock the door. And by the way, somebody sent me, where the hell is that? Now look at this. This is the inside panel of the door. And look at where that unlock or lock buttons are. So just keep in mind where that is. And look where she reaches, man. If that isn't the same spot, I don't know what is. Here, look at this. Watch this. That's already passed. Hold on. So there's the door shutting. Wait, let me pause it, you guys. It's too small for you guys. Let me get to the middle monitor here so it's bigger. And watch how she reaches back in, and right at the lower part of that panel, boom. That's just crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, I think she looks totally sober, you know. But who knows, man? Maybe, hold on. Ultra Dark CEO looked, maybe she'll be right. Or he or she, I don't know. Yeah, half of you people, I don't know if you're men or women because of your names. Hey, thanks, Corvette Sally 1. So come on, what are you? You people. Oh my God, you people, man. Oh jeez. And there she is. She actually goes into the store right next to the ice machine. And let me show you. I mean, everything's exactly the same. You go down to Street View here. Go down there and you look in there. See? The ice machine's right over here. So she walks in right there. She parked in the 5th one in. 1, 2, 3. She parked in this one. And then when she leaves, she backs out. And then she pulls into like this one or this one. And then when she's done, she pulls forward and then ends up going out and around. But when she gets there, she comes through the McDonald's parking lot. So I think McDonald's would almost necessarily have to have video. They have cameras all over the place. Let's see if you go right here. Doesn't look like you can go into the McDonald's parking lot. And here's the thing is, like, no, people don't just drive in like that. I mean, she would have driven down there and entered, I think. We don't really know, though. She could have easily went through and cut through and didn't go to McDonald's, but... I mean, who doesn't want to go to McDonald's every once in a while? Come on! Yeah. Could be anything. So that's a case we've been following from the beginning, basically. The 20th is when it really, like a day after, that's when it became kind of a national story. And then it got really big, really fast. And as soon as that happens, you see all the conspiracy nut job channels pick it up, and that's usually when I bail for a little bit. But this time, I was actually covering it since the beginning, so I just kept going a little bit. All right. Hey, what do you guys think about this one? You see how it's pretty crazy? Everything that you think about, even when I was talking to the detective, he said, you know, we were just talking about how everything that you come up with immediately gets reversed by some other piece of information. It's just really, it's absolutely mind-boggling. Why would she drive? Because people go, oh, well, those are things you buy for a tailgater. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. But why did she drive 71 miles north when there's 3 Family Dollar stores right by her house? Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Okay, was she going up there to visit somebody? Well, maybe that person said, hey, would you mind buying these things? And then, or was there somebody in the back of the van that she's driving? Well, law enforcement says she was with nobody. But we don't really know because it's tinted windows. So I guess that's sort of an angle there. Hopefully one of these days we'll get to have the answers. Yeah, that nobody's out there buying homeless items, okay? I'm just saying that's just not happening. It's a football game. She's not going 71 miles up north to buy ponchos and things for homeless people. All right, just letting you know. Yeah, maybe somebody lured her up there. But then let me ask you this. See, here's another reversal of what you just said, Laura Lee. They get lured up there, and so why did the person who lured her up there send $2,385 to Amanda and then tell Amanda, hey, the key's in the blue flower pot by the door? Anybody know that one? Hey, thanks, Upside Down Bunny, for adding members. Very cool, very cool. You get what I'm saying? There's always something. Bring up anything you want to bring up. The tarp easily could have been put in the back of the van to not get it dirty with moving things or trash. We have a... Okay, right. All right, so she put that in there in a rental car. She got the tarp. But again, Marissa, why'd she drive 71 miles up there? So there's some... The reason... Whatever got her to go 71 miles up there is part of what happened to her. It's related. Yep, aliens. And most of the freaks all believe that this is the most frustrating case that we've ever covered. Because it is. It just is, man. You can sit there and it just goes. Welcome, Craig Andrews. You probably got one of the. I don't know if you just signed in or do you get one of the gifted ones. Yeah. Well, she also bought a poncho and it was drizzling for sure. In that video even, you see it kind of raining. So she bought a poncho and then she bought paper towels and then a lighter. I mean, you know, you sort of look at those things and paper towels and a lighter. Somebody, it almost feels like somebody tricked her into, hey, let's all just go camping, like hang out for the day. We'll get a tarp. We'll do all these things. But they really wanted to kill her. But then, if there was some random person, why would the random person send $2,385 to Amanda and tell her where the key is in the blue flower pot by the door? Can anybody explain that part? See, that's why you just... Right. Could have been for Tinder, but it's crazy, right? Yeah, maybe. Wouldn't it be weird if it was like a suicide that she wanted to do because she was just tired of everything, and then somebody went along with her so that it would look like a murder so that life insurance would pay out? Wouldn't that be weird? She was sent there on purpose. Also awesome work for the California. Yep, thank you. Yeah, well, the title is, we'll get to that part in a little bit. Apparently, Amanda said at the beginning of the case that she had been at the same Family Dollar on the same day. No, but didn't they reverse that, though? Where it was really the reason they were out there? No, yeah, that's right. She told police that, and they said no, it wasn't her. I mean, it's really strange. But there was also the part about how it was the person at Family Dollar that thought they'd seen the... I don't know. Some of the stuff that we've heard isn't true. But the person working at the Family Dollar, after watching the news, thought, oh, wow, that's Amanda. But when they went back out and they showed her a picture, they go, oh, no, that's Debbie. That's the... And I actually called up the Family Dollar, and believe it or not, I spoke to the woman and have an interview online that was actually selling her stuff. You know, the one that was ringing her up? Yeah, at the time, though, she didn't remember. But I think after she watched the video, she hadn't seen the video yet. After she watched the video, she realized that, oh, yeah, now I remember her. I don't know. Probably not Sky Blue 8622. Probably not. Well, I try to go above and beyond when I can. You know, some cases, you don't really have the time nor the, just, you can't do it. I mean, like a 1968 murder of so-and-so, there really isn't. All you can do is rely on the old newspaper articles. But I do try when I can. The clerk thought she seemed pretty normal and fun. Happy. If you guys get bored over the weekend or something, you should go back and watch our coverage on it, because we go over all these different things, different theories. I really thought it was going to be a suicide. It actually makes the most sense still. Even though it's weird to kill yourself that way, but people do that. It still makes the most sense. I mean, the part that doesn't make that much sense is that, like Dan Carr pointed out a long time ago, I didn't realize there was a divider there. I just thought the car turned. But when you go down here where her car was found, and you go down to Street View, So when the car was heading south from, excuse me, let's see, hold on. I forgot the name of that little town. Clayton. When it's heading south from Clayton, and you go down to Street View right here, and this is where the car was pulled into this little pullout right here. Well, look at this. There's no way to, you don't just cut over the curb here. So when the car headed south, it actually had to drive all the way to this intersection where you're allowed to do a U-turn. And then you come around, and then you drive back up. So this has to have been a predetermined place. There may have been already a car parked there, for example. How about this? Let's try to make it work. There's another car. They already came up in a caravan, and they said, hey, Debbie, would you mind go getting the, just right up the road there in Clayton, you can get the tarp and this kind of thing. And they parked there, and they had already been to the campsite, for example. And then she drove up there to get the stuff, came back, parked next to another vehicle, although there's no word that there was ever two vehicles there. And then she walks down, and then this person kills her, comes back up and gets in their own vehicle and drives away. I guess that sort of makes sense. What am I missing? What am I missing? They get in their own vehicle and they drive away. Yeah. But here's one thing you might want to say is, why would you leave the rental car there? Wouldn't you just move the rental car 20 miles away so that when it was found there wouldn't be a direct line straight to the body? Yeah, she had an accident a month before, and then the daughter on a 911 call, we have all those too, tried to make it tell her aunt, oh yeah. So the daughter told her aunt, the sister of Debbie, that, oh, there was this guy that got in a car accident. He was mean. He was like this bad guy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Amanda does that seems like she's fishing or trying to sort of alibi herself out. She even talks about how the password on the phone, she I got some information. I got the phone, but the password's changed, so I don't really know how to get in. Well, maybe you already got in there. Yeah, maybe it's something like that, G. Yeah, the boyfriend's parked there. And then Amanda, but why would Amanda sit in the back of the rental car when there's by herself, and the mom goes up and seems so relaxed when she enters? I think it'd be sort of odd, Like maybe Amanda said, "Oh, my legs hurt. I need to stretch them back here." But yeah, I'll go with you. That would be pretty strange, right? Then they drive back to the spot to go down in the woods. Then they kill her. I think that's sort of making a little more sense, that scenario. But there was a car already parked there. She had already been there. And when she drove down the highway, she just looked across and said, oh, yeah, there's the car. Did the U-turn maneuver, turned around, and then drove back up. Kind of makes a little bit of sense, I guess. There'll be something that switches it around at some point, for sure. No, she didn't lock. Yeah, yes. There you go. See, J.D. Soa just absolutely shredded that there was anybody in the car when she went to the Family Dollar because she locked the door. But maybe she was unlocking it. No, but maybe she locks the door. You don't lock somebody in a car. You wouldn't even think of doing that. So there you go. That makes it very unlikely that there was anybody else in that vehicle. So if she's by herself... Oh, here's one thing that I left out of the story that's important. So on the way up there, she passes Tallulah Falls at 2:17, right? Well, from here, it's only a 20-minute drive. Or 15, I think. It was like... Well, no, what was it? 15 to 19 minutes, depending on how you go. So that would put you up there at 32, let's say 32 to 40. So she makes it, she would be up in this area 32 to 40 after, but she doesn't go into the Family Dollar till 2:55. So there's like 15 to 20 minutes of time missing. Does that mean she went to McDonald's? Or was she somewhere else in the general area? And that's where the purchase of the blue tarpon things come into play. And then when she left here, she went there, and then later on was taken to, I mean, a lot of stuff's going to matter in the autopsy. It's going to tell you, you know, basically, if she went to McDonald's, let's say, the digestion of food will be a huge determination of what time she was actually killed. The digital information, when I was talking to the detective, he said we both agreed that that is probably going to be what solves the case, but they got to wait for information to come back to put it all together. Was the door locked when they found it? You know, I don't remember now. Does anybody remember that? It was empty. The vehicle was completely empty for sure. No, it was found the next day, so the body temperature would just be, you know, whatever, 0, you know, whatever the, it was, you know, she'd been in there overnight all the way to like, I'd say 16 hours or so. But yeah, mainly it's going to be if she'd eaten food and they can prove what time she ate the food, and then they can see how, because as soon as you die, your body completely stops digesting food. So it was unlocked. Okay, so the vehicle was unlocked, completely empty. At the crime scene are all the items that she went down, including her shoes, shorts. Looks like her top was burned somewhere, so you could almost imagine that she was wearing the top and it was set ablaze, and maybe it just sort of burned off or something, and that's why her stomach was charred. Or maybe she stuffed, somebody stuffed the paper towels underneath her shirt and lit it. I mean, who knows? There's pictures from the crime scene itself. Let me see if I can find some of those. One of the things that's weird is they left the gloves down there. I just realized my music is so loud. It's just I've been yelling the whole show. Just looking for some of the images. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit to this one. A lot of I can't find the folder. I mean, these are some of the shots. Like right here is there's a stump. A document came out that described the whole incident, and like there was singeing on here. It looks like there was a fire set right in this area. And there's looks like paper towels right there, burned. And then apparently down here there's a little fire and singed branches, and that's kind of in the area where they found her. There's videos online where people walk down there. Somebody might do that for me, but I don't know. Yeah, but you see how crazy this case is? So here's the thing, everybody. The Debbie Collier case is complex and interesting with a lot of information. The Kylie Rodney case, there really is no information other than the little tiny bit of like before the party and then the car went missing, and all of this stuff that you see online is just invented information from wackos who want to blame all the kids for everything. Okay, there's no information. It's all invented. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Emily Flotilla. And welcome again, Matt Lewis. It's like you have to sign up every day. Haven't you joined a few times? Now, the stuff that's came out recently on Kylie Rodney with that video, that's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was incredible that was filmed. I guess they shut that site down. No, that was a super chat. It looked like a channel membership. It doesn't say super chat. Okay, so I'm gonna. What else we got? I'm blaming Debbie's daughter. Yeah, I mean Debbie's daughter, Zozo, seems like she is definitely. I mean, not definitely, but like, very likely part of whatever the hell's going on. Okay. Now there's a channel out there. I think it was the Grizzly channel. She said that they're looking at something about the costs for Amanda's boyfriend's court costs, and it seemed to match up. But it also seemed like there was a little bit of magic going on in there by, oh, well, they picked 5 months of this and 5 months. Like they were adding things together to make it work. So I don't really, I don't put a lot of stock in something like that, but, it wasn't totally uninteresting. There might be something to it. Fox News even reported on it. So there you go. Who knows, right? Yeah, it seemed like it was just sort of like adding things together to make the amount work. Oh, they did? The police have confirmed that is the amount that he... Come on. Where does it say that, Tank Girl? Send me an article. I'm going to have to see it. Well, in her case, it was somebody that gave her one of her, whatever her freaks are called, sent in or cubs or whatever, sent in the idea. Yeah, but I mean, it was all related to the. I don't remember the police ever confirming anything about the costs for the boyfriend or anything like that. They just left gloves, and yeah, it's kind of interesting that they left any particles at all. When you collect all that stuff, hey, thanks tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. Thank you. We don't have information on where the boyfriend was during the time. Amanda does say that she looked around for her mom after she got the Venmo at 3:17. She looked around for 2 hours, which is ironically almost the exact amount of time it would take to kill her and drive home. I mean, it's crazy, but that's the reality of it. Yeah, we're getting up to 81,644 right now. Pretty cool. Thank you, guys. I mean, every once in a while we have moments where we're covering something, and because of the way we do it, I get a flurry of subs, but then there's times where I'm covering random mundane cases and maybe get 500 subs in a month. It's just really slow plodding along, but that's the reason that other channels, they only cover 3 or 4 cases, only the big ones. There's never a discussion about something smaller, and if it is, it always leads into the larger conversation about a bigger case, because that's what their viewers want. Now, I guarantee it right now, if my title said something like 1982 cold case, I'd have 300 people watching. That's just how it is. And those are the freaks, okay? The ones that are here because everything's interesting to them. For Debbie, she would be, yeah, but make sure to hit the like button too, you guys. I mean, that's really important for the algorithm. Like right now, we only have 327 likes, but 30 people watching. So I'm going to switch over here in a minute because I want to try to figure some things out again on the footage of Kylie's car going into the water. Okay, because I was just looking at some things, and I think that we might be able to calculate a few things and figure something out. I want to show you what I was looking at earlier too. Yeah, that one's the one that looks the best. Maybe even like, it can't be that one. I think that one. Actually, that's this one right there looks pretty good. And so does that one. That one looks really good right there. But that square was right there, so can't be that one. Oh, there goes my stomach. So maybe that one, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna do my own 400 billion suns. So not really interested in what you're putting in there, but hey, if it matches, cool. That's not what I'm gonna be doing, DJ. Yeah, I'll figure it out myself, though. See, believe it or not, DJ Bakaluka, whatever the hell your name is, people actually know how to do things, even if you don't think that they know how to do stuff. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Oh crap! I just got put into jail by Emily Flotilla. My God, never illa. Man, I'm gonna take off. See if I get bailed out by the time I gotta use the restroom. Bail payment. Bail payment. That's funny. Thanks, Anchtech Son. Oh, I got some toilet paper. Some. Oh, no bail. That's -5, unfortunately. And then.
No bail. Honey bun money.
But I think Tamara got me out of there with a bail payment.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll do Chewbacca if you want me to.
Bail payment.
All right, hold on a second. All right, back in. Thank you guys for bailing me out. All right. Switching over to the middle monitor. Wow. So on the video, you can tell where the car stops and it's going this way and then it turns. So I was thinking if we could take, I mean, obviously cars accelerate or whatever, but maybe there's a spot where we can determine right here to the edge of this based on the light area, and then you'd know the distance it traveled. The only problem is that one of the issues is that the time isn't really precise. It's kind of like it's every 2 seconds there's a frame. So it might land. It might have been a 1 1/4 second before you would know it. Let's go Nutters. Yeah, I've never seen anything crazier in my life. When you go over to all these channels and they're still. I'm still not rule. God, there's something really fishy with so and so. They just can't drop it, They just can't let it go. Okay. So hopefully you guys now are interested, the new people, in the Debbie Collier case, because that's definitely one we're continuing. Probably get right back to that next week. I don't think there's much more to do on Kylie Rodney at this point, other than discussing the madness every once in a while. This one? This video could... Oh, that was the... So let me go back to the video. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could even see her headlights hit the water, too. In fact, it could be that that's a reflection of the light hitting the water like a mirror, then hitting the trees, not the lights. Like if it's aimed down but hitting the water, and then it reflects back up into the trees. It's hard to say exactly. All right, so right there, it hits right in that area. What's amazing about that is if you look at this, and you draw a straight line from here. Oops. God, that was terrible. To go from right here to here. I'll grab that. Yeah, so about like that, probably. So that's almost exactly where it hits. It's crazy. So if you're looking at that video, so I guess we have to go back up to the, I think it was, I've turned off a lot of this stuff here. There it is, Alder Hill. So right there, and you come in, so you're about like this angle, and you look at that. Yeah, it's sort of at a part where it curves around. There's really, you can't be absolutely precise on an angle like this, but. So there it is. Yeah, it seems like it's right around in here anyways. Really close to that. And then it goes around to, almost feels like it's over, even over to here. Could even be more. It'd be great if this was all 3D. Then we could see it. But, you know, obviously there's trees and everything. It's back here like this. I mean, you're not really even seeing. It's kind of like that. And then it goes hard around to the right. All right, so. So here is where, let's just try this out. Okay, right here I think is when it turns at 32, 38, 38, and then it heads out. And then when it gets to 32, 38, wow, so 20 seconds. I don't think it's going really that quick, you know, to be honest with you. But it could have been accelerating more after that, but it seems like right here to right there. Okay, let me do it differently. I went, and that is feet. 357 feet. And there's this website here. You can type in distance in feet, 357 feet. And then, how many seconds did that take? Let me look at that again. So it's right when it makes this turn here. Okay, it's already done a little bit. So I'd say right there, 32:38. And right there is when it's kind of like right at the end of that. You know, that's why it's hard to be precise with the big blob of light and everything like that. So that's 20 seconds. So how about, what did you have? I had 12 miles an hour just like that. 12 miles an hour aggregate, like, you know, the average speed, because it probably accelerated off of that. So maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. Are you still out there? Whoever, I can't remember your name. What did you have? But you're in the dark and you fly off of a... Oh, 13? Well, there you go. The engineer. He did it in his head. Thank you for the high-fat cigarettes. Thank you so much. And no, I don't smoke. It's a joke. Okay. Yeah, you got, okay, there you go. But I went from the turn to the water. 38. Yeah, let me try that too. 32 seconds between the turn and the entryway of the path. Well, yeah, I mean, so we're kind of in the same ballpark anyways, right? I mean, so let's do, let's continue on. Let me see if I can, we'll arc it out to where it stops. I think that's where the car was, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the land again in the video. So it does seem like it does go down there quite a bit. So it's almost a little less than half of the distance from here to here. And that's if you were perpendicular, right? But it's like right there to there. So it's a little less than half. That would put you about right here. So let's see what that looks like on here. And it's weird too because now there seems to be let me get rid of this. Trees more in this area now. Because this is from 2018. See, that doesn't look good either. Let me look. I think it's just bushes. It has that look to it. And then the trees start further back. See? Whatever these are, they're like these little brown bushes and then the trees. So I think if you were looking at this, like this might be what you're looking at there. But obviously this is where she made the turn. So let's see what the distance is from, if I go from right there, and then let's just put it right there. The distance I have is 810 feet. All right, so we'll put that in the calculation over here. 810. And then we'll go back here and play it again. Makes the turn. Boom. Okay. It's 38. So I think it hits the water, right? Let's see. It is going to slide a little, right there, I think. So that would be 38 to 20, which would be 22 plus 20, 42 seconds. Yeah, 13 miles an hour. That's an average because it stopped too, right? So it's going to accelerate. So I would guess probably like 16, 17, something like that. Didn't seem like it was like hauling ass or anything. Does that sound pretty reasonable? Yeah, I did 33.18 because that's when it actually moved. But the problem is we don't have, it'd be cool if it was every second, but it's every 2 seconds. So that would make a difference, but not a huge difference given the amount of time. But putting his phone in the water, what does that even mean? Why do you guys keep talking about the phone? The phone went dead. The second the phone goes underwater, it doesn't transmit anymore. Okay? I have, when I use my cell phone with the GoPro, and as soon as you put the GoPro underwater, there's no more connection to your camera. I mean, I'm sure it's very similar. There is no more, it's just, that's it. It's wiped out. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, I think it's like 16 or 17. It doesn't look like it really accelerated dramatically or anything. I did find it interesting, though, like the car is coming here and it goes, holy shit, and then tries to veer to the right because it probably noticed water at the last second, or it went off that little rise. It's quite a big drop, actually. And then turned, so I think the car went in the water where the head of it's over here and the back's over there, and then it sunk. And then it just sort of drifted over here a little bit. You know, I think they said that the current in here, see how the water comes in? It sort of runs this way. And that makes all the sense in the world. So the car goes into the water, and then it kind of drifted over here a little bit before it sort of settled into the ground. 19.7. Yeah, Jesus. Whatever. Look, there's no way to be precise where you start typing in 19.7. You know, we have no idea. Okay, it's like there's seconds that are missing. The angle might not be perpendicular. You know, there's a lot of stuff we just don't know. I'm just saying it's somewhere in that ballpark, right? Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's not perpendicular at all. I think it might be a lot more now that I look at this. Because we're looking at something, it's over here, Alder Creek. Okay, so wow, yeah, that could be totally different. We're looking at a 45, I don't know if you're an engineer, can you add in the fact that it's a 45-degree angle from the line of sight? Because I think that adds tremendously, because it's driving away from you and it might appear slower. Because look at that, that's like that, right? And then the other, the Alder Hill situation's right over here. Not sure what the hell just happened there, but yeah, so she comes off of here, gets on that straightaway. Ah, God, what a nightmare. As soon as you do that, you gotta start over again. But that'll be quicker. So bing, bang, 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 right? So that's a 45-degree angle, basically, from the line of sight. So, I don't know. I don't think that's, unless you can mathematically add in the fact that you're looking at it at an angle, so when that car is moving, it's going away from you, and we're not really adding that in there. If it was like this, perpendicular, then you could easily do that, but it's like this. So add that in, engineers. Come on, here we go. Add in a 45-degree angle, and what does that do to, let's see, maybe that's out there somewhere. The line of sight, 45-degree angle, and the timing, because the distance now is much longer than it appeared. It's more than, well, it's like, let's see. Well, I guess we're still measuring it the same, right? I mean, it's still 800 and something feet to the car. I guess you could still do that. And I guess it still goes here and goes in the water at the same time. So I guess, I don't know, maybe that is the same. That's not my forte, though. I'm a visual. Yeah, it's absolutely dark out there. I guess it doesn't matter. It's still, you know when it turned, and you know the distance, and you know how long it took. So that's really all you need. Who keeps saying that the fork was blocked by somebody? You know, and maybe somebody blocked it earlier when there was a party so nobody would drive down there accidentally. Then when they left, it left it open and then somebody drove down there. See, the thing is just think through things logically sometimes. Sometimes there isn't really just a you know, some weird, crazy conspiracy. Yeah, I have a master's degree in astronautics, 4 billion suns. I don't need you to have to keep saying what you do and shit like that over and over and over and over again. I accepted what you said earlier, and that's why we came up with the time, okay? But I don't need you to keep going over it and over it. Nobody gives a damn, okay? You're just like anybody else on social media who claims something we don't get to know. You're using a name called 4 billion suns. Cool name and everything. And that's just the same thing. All right? Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the donation. All right, great. Good for you. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, you just keep talking about over and over and over again your credentials. I'm just saying, I looked at like 16 miles an hour and I was thinking, oh, well, now we got an angle, but it really doesn't matter, right? Because when the car turns right here, that you can start a clock, and all you have to do is measure from here to where the car went into the water, because we know that. And then you measure it, it's 800 and something feet, and we know it went in there. So I'm glad, good for you. I'm glad you know, we seem to be in the same ballpark, right? No, I know that you're trying to help, but I think we'll... Yeah, I already debunked myself on the angle. Yeah, I already got the path length. I already did. I already figured it out on my own now. I didn't even need the answer. I realized it on my own. Yeah, we already have the distance of where the car went into the water and where it turned, all that stuff. So, yeah, so then I debunked myself without even reading the chat. Here's the thing, everybody. I read the chat very little because I'm doing my own thing. And I also don't like the chat affecting what I'm thinking about, because it always throws me off. But I think it's cool that you know, like, you have a more, you know, got a more mathematical situation. The average speed that I had was 13 point something, you know. However, you would think there would be some acceleration going on, so maybe it was 16, 17, or 18 by the time it hit the water. It wasn't really, you know, going 1,000 miles an hour. It's okay, 4 billion suns. Go do your own thing, man. It's people that whine that don't last long here. Okay? Thanks a lot, though. It's just you keep going on and on and on and on. I'm glad you're really smart and everything, and that's awesome, but it just doesn't work. Yeah, feel free to cancel any of those that you can, all right? 4 billion suns. Appreciate your help, though. Yeah, we were having a normal conversation until you started. See, there you keep going. Yeah. Every once in a while, I always think these people are trolls because we were just talking about the speed, and that's it, man. Nobody wasn't listening to you. You don't need to keep throwing your credentials out there over and over and over again. You know what I mean? It's bizarre. Yeah, really wild stuff. Nobody was disagreeing with you or anything. Thank you, Susanna Macula Padre. Or Nick Golas. Excuse me, it was switched on me. Used to be Mac Gilla Padre. Yeah, I'm not being mean at all. I'm telling you guys the truth. I mean, that's just weird to keep talking about it. Yeah, if you believe it, right, Janice? Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you coming in with your speed and your analysis, 4 billion suns, but I'm not sitting there just reading your comments over and over and over again. So if I miss something, you go, hey, everybody, no, I'm an expert. I bet you are, man. It's awesome. It's great. And it sounds like we're kind of in the same ballpark there, right? That's all interested in. You know, it was just sort of like, it felt like you were being dissed when I wasn't even talking to you for 10 minutes. I was doing something else. I answered my own question. I realized that if you have the area where it went into the water and where it made the turn, and you could measure that, and then you have the time, you can calculate a speed. It doesn't matter if it's at an angle or anything like that. It'd be like having an angle and having a red light, or green light, and then a red light. It doesn't matter what the angle is, as long as you know the distance between the green and red light and the time, you can calculate speed, right? Correct? Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Carolyn EHS. Hey, by the way, what is that picture on there? Are we doing The Walking Dead? Hey, I saw Chasing Truth up in there, I think. Might have just been a dream. Oh, well, I didn't know that you were talking to other people. I thought you were talking to me. Because you and I were conversing. Listen, when you're in here and you're trying to help me out, don't worry about what anybody else is saying, okay? All right? Don't worry about what anybody else is saying at all. Because a lot of times trolls show up and they do weird things. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, I dream of you. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, you just keep putting in the information and I'll look at it, but don't worry about the other people. Yeah, it sounds like you had a few people that were agreeing with you up there. I think we're all pretty close, right? It's you thing. Do what you want to do. Yeah. From the footage from ADT, the front passenger window was fully open. Yeah, what if it was just open? Does anybody ever just think that, what if the window was just open when it went into the water? Yeah, well, what was the distance you had? Didn't you have 800 and something feet? Or somebody else had 800 feet. I couldn't see it. Man, I can't wait to get on the road. Yeah, let's see. Let me see how I can get 880 feet. Because all I care about is right there, right? Do you agree with that? That this spot right here is it? So if I go right there and go here, down, and then right where the car is, I only get 829 feet. Yeah, now here's the thing. You might be using an image that isn't as good. I mean, like, here's the thing. If you went like look at that one there. You might have put the car out in the water over here, right? You'd have to use one that looked pretty similar. I'm not even sure. I think this one here is better, you know, like that. Maybe this is a little bit further in to here. Vehicle is in the photo is off. And that's, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I actually know exactly where this was based on the road by using images from the scene. So fortunately, if you're watching the wrong channel, you might think that, but yeah. Yeah, well, if it was a little longer, it would change it a little bit, right? Did you put it in acceleration too, or like, I mean, how would you calculate that? Let's try something else. Let's see if there's another way to look at this. How about we go right to here? And okay, then it goes into the water. Okay. How about right? Let's just pretend that we can see through the light there. And that would be right here. And then goes to here. So let's make that one 444 feet. And we'll move that back into here with the 444. And then, so that's at 32:58. And then 22 seconds later, it's in the water. Because it does seem to move a little bit right. It could be 18. So that could be 20 seconds later. So let's go to here and put 20 in here. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite a bit quicker. Okay, that's 15 miles an hour. Yeah, the problem is if the light's so big and squishy, you can't really, it's like it just takes up the whole screen. You can't really tell exactly where the car is or anything like that. But let's just say this. It's between 13 and 20 miles an hour going into the water. It's not 45. It's not some crazy high-speed maneuver. It's just dark outside. And even at 20 miles an hour, if you're absolutely intoxicated and you're not paying attention, you might actually just go off. Yeah. And sorry about that, 400 billion suns. Probably just, I thought you were communicating with me, but you were talking to people in the chat, and it just kind of got weird. But it's all good. By the way, everybody, when you're in here, it's like Thanksgiving dinner. You know when you're sitting around and people argue and they bitch and moan, and they're like, oh, God, and then after the dinner's over, you're watching football games, everybody's cool again, then the next day everybody's back to normal talking about something else. That's just kind of the way it is. You don't have to worry about, you don't come back in the next time and everybody's totally back to square one and everybody's normal again. Yeah. But here's the thing, 400 billion suns. And by the way, I bet you believe there's life out there too, right? But the only problem is none of us get to know. Like, people can say anything on the internet, right? So, I mean, I'm trusting you with what you say, but we have all kinds of people. We had one that said she was into forensics and, like, into, what the hell was that? Crime scene forensics, but also did hairstyling on the side, okay? Yeah, so I don't really know about that. That's, but I'll trust you. You seem like you know what you're talking about. What does playing at a double speed have to do with anything? Fueled by coffee. See, Fueled by Coffee is one of those crazy YouTubers trying to make a name for themselves. But the thing is the reason I play it at double speed is just because you can watch it better. But it doesn't change the time. The time stamp is still on the screen. Does anybody remember that? Or some people are just absolutely clueless, So here's the thing. Isn't it easier to tell this is a car going into the water? Well, like this. Watch this. Watch this. At that pace. Look at that thing. Into the water. Boom. Out. You can even see the car sinking and the light dims and it goes into the water. Okay? Wow, you're tricking everybody. It's too fast. No, it's really a better way to look at it. Look at that. Boom. It goes right down here into the water. Now, if you look at the top, I have the time frame where you can slow it down if you'd like to. Nobody's tricking anybody. The problem is there's a lot of really dumb people on social media who don't understand what they're looking at, and they don't even read what you like. I've made a video and I said, look I'm overlaying a still frame when it was light outside over the top of a very dark video where you only see lights and a little indication of a lake. That way you can see the land formations with the lights at the same time. They're like, ooh, you can see somebody else on the island there. No, you can't. All you could ever see on the original was lights. You understand that? Hey, thanks, Bama forever. Appreciate it. Awesome. Boom. This Thanksgiving chat is way calmer than my family Thanksgiving. We take football way too seriously, she said. Yeah, but you guys understand what I'm saying here? I literally, it's hard to, you do shows and you have to deal with that stuff. That's why I wasn't even able to get all the names from yesterday, because I spent just so much time reading these just ludicrous comments. And yes, the nutters are the ones that are making videos right now saying, I don't think this changes anything. It makes it more complicated. Hey, put a 1. Does this really... Look, I don't even want you to put a 1, because anybody putting a 1 is embarrassing. But you'll put a... Zozo's going to type 1 in anyways. But here's the thing. If you think the case is more complicated now, after seeing that car go into the water and knowing that her phone went dead at 12:33 a.m., right when the car went in the water, then you're a crazy person. What did the car do before it went in the water? What do you mean? What do you mean, what did it do before it? Well, it drove, you know, it was driving. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I have said this. It's possible somebody else was driving the vehicle and they were drunk too, maybe. And they're the ones that went in the water and went, holy shit, and they lived, and they were just too embarrassed to tell anybody. Okay? I don't think there's a crime here, though. Well, other than that. The fuel, that's the question she had for you? Well, no, she also said something like a nutter. Great. Well, what did the car do before it went in the water? Well, let me show you. All right, so the car, it was up in this area. It's hard to tell because in this area there's a whole bunch of cars. Some are turning this way, they're all going this direction. But there was one car that branched out right here and went its own way. And it looked like it might have been... Let me find the other video that's wider angle than that. Hold on. Is it this one? Yeah, this one actually I think is one of the best ones out. The one that has the most views out there too. See, look at how it's all dark. And people say, oh, there's somebody running on the... You can see another person there. No, you can't. You can't see shit. Okay? It's pitch black out. So I put this image over the top, and they go, look at the clouds aren't even moving. Yes, idiot. In the description of the video, it says that there's a still frame over the top of it with a transparency so you could see the lights below it. All right. So right now we're at 29 after. And you can see down there, cars are driving. They're actually down. I don't know if you can see them, but they're way down there, right? So the cars that you can see right there, these lights, that light right there, for example, is right here. Because there was a party going on down in this area. And there was cars parked right along here. A lot of them drove out this way like this. Just like that. Boom. But that was before Kylie's car went down. It's very, you know what's similar, Chasing Truth? It's similar to the Kanika Jenkins case in that, and even the Delphi case in a way, is that there's this little window of time that something bad happened and there just happened to be nobody around right at that moment. And let me show you. So you're still looking at it right down there. Because way down here, you can't see it very well, but way down there is she went into the water right where my mouse is. These cars are making that, turning on that other road there. Okay, now I'm zooming in, and that's Kylie's car. And see, it came from up here. As you can see, that light right there in this area is her vehicle. See, and then it goes like that, and then boom, into the water and sinks. But look where everybody else is at that time. Okay, watch this. It goes into the water. Look at this. There isn't a soul with lights on anywhere out in this area right at that moment. Now somebody over here did say that they saw a car go into the water, apparently. Now maybe that light that you see right there was somebody doing a flashlight over there to see what the hell they might have seen. But it could just be a car that turned their light on, and you see, it seems like maybe it turned its light on, the trees block the light, and it's heading out too. But look at how there isn't a soul in the area. Look at this right now. What do you see? Oh, Gray, I see this light there. This light is hundreds and hundreds of yards into the woods. And by the way, thank you up there to... Do you see an ice maker? Oh, what about... You see somebody punching somebody next to the ice maker? And thanks 4 billion suns for the Thanksgiving mashed potatoes and gravy. I understand the frustration. The comments from conspiracy crackpots are indeed exhausting. I'm not one. I don't think you are. Oh, look at it. Nope, that's not it. You messed up with your editing, and I cannot wait for you to see. Oh, God. See, look at this was just an attempt for an idiot to mention another channel. You see how I'm going to read. Look at. And by the way, that channel also used my video without asking on their channel. Said, nope, Gray Hughes, that's not it. You've messed up with your editing. I cannot wait for you to see so-and-so's actual hard work, to see what professional... Are you kidding me? I watched that shit earlier. It's garbage, okay? All right. But see what you got to deal with, you guys? It's amazing. Yeah, but I think this at least shuts off theories out there. But again, let me just show you that again. Look how weird this is. People were leaving. This is when people were leaving the party, right? So there was a group of people that left. And look at these cars. They're driving around. And these ones are actually going back to the party over here. Or maybe they're... I don't know. Maybe there's a party going on. I don't know. It's hard to really see because we're at such an extreme angle. But look when her car goes into the water. Look at that. There isn't another soul that could have seen it. I mean, maybe there was a person standing around somewhere, but there was somebody that said they saw the car go in the water, and I think they said they were up here. But if you look at it right now, there are no lights on at all, and those aren't on for a long time. And I don't have the time code. That's why I did another video. And this right here is light hitting the water. It looks like there's 100 cars that turn their lights on at the same time. And look, all these cars right here, these few cars that are right here, they turn and they go exactly like this. None of them turn this way. Now, one of the things I was wondering about, thanks Carolyn EHS, one of the things I was wondering about is that, let's say Kylie started the party over here, right? And then maybe later, in that way when she left, she would take a right to get out. Then later, let's say she went over to this area and was partying or something. Although it's hard, but from that video, it looks like she's up here, so, or at least right in this area. So she could have came from here, maybe she was over there and turned right. Yeah, you can't pick her up on the camera for some reason. I mean, there's just so many cars moving around. But maybe when she was over here, she thought of turning right again, and then went like this. And then right here, she got a little bit confused. And then, oh my God, sees the water, and then tries to turn right. Because as we see in the other video, the light goes across this whole area over here. The headlights, they swerve to the right. And so to me, that means that she was trying to evade something. I guess what we could do is kind of look at one other thing from earlier. So you can actually see the light better on the bank on this one. See right over here? I wish I could see. I can't see the. There's no time code on that though, unfortunately. This video. It may be offensive and not that one. Right here. This is without me talking in it. I wonder if you could. I got a math question for you. 4 billion suns. How about this one? Let's do this one. Let's do this. 3302. Okay. And then at 3314, the light goes to over here. And then let's see if I told you that the distance to over there is from right, like right in this area to over here is 1965 feet, and then the light went over here, and that distance is, well, let me just do that separately. From here to like right there, let's say, is 877 feet. So how quickly was the car rotating to have the light travel that distance in that amount of time? There you go. Boom! Look at the torchlight she drives by. I don't know where you guys get this stuff. It's really amazing. It's like these people's minds, they go, let's see, what do we do to add to this? See, the thing is, the cameras that are filming this are sensitive to light. So that's why these lights look so freaking bright. And they're used for detecting forest fires. Yeah, so it's right in the curved cove there, all the way over to, and those trees are still sitting there too, that's the thing. You'd have to be able to count them. Yeah, yep, that's how far the light traveled. Right, exactly. And it might be a little less than that. Let me try something else. Like do the first one, and then also do inside of here, which is well, I guess that's the same, 901 feet. There we go. Yeah, I think that's about right. I don't know. It's tough. so weird how you can... I wish this was 3D. The really good rendering 3D like we have on the flybys that I do. So here's where the tower is, and it's looking just like that. So if you zoom in, it's kind of like this, but... So it goes all the way over into this cove over here, and then it starts over there, I think. Let me look at that again. So maybe it's not quite as far on the... No, it looks about right, actually. It makes sense, too. It comes right off of here, the light's hitting straight ahead, and then makes a hard turn, boom, and it goes over there. I just said it's a vehicle. I just said it's headlights fueled by coffee. Do you ever pay attention? I mean, like literally 5 seconds after I said it was a headlight, flashlight, I said, "Oh, that's actually a car." See how it's moving out over there? You sound like a really crazy person. I don't know what you are. I don't owe her anything. I noticed that she used my video on her show, but didn't put a link in the description or anything, okay? So I'm going to have to remove you from the channel. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Good luck somewhere else. No, that's not what I said. I said it's a... Go back and hit the rewind button. What an idiot. God. Can you believe that? I said I go, maybe that's a flashlight looking into the water because somebody over there said that, and I go, oh, actually, it looks like headlights because you can see the car keep pulling away there. I said it like literally within 10 seconds. Yeah, it might actually, you're talking about the speed of the light on the bank over there? Oh yeah, yeah, because you know, obviously the farther away, the more distance it'll travel, right? It'll look like you put a flashlight on a mountain and wiggle it, it'll go 700 miles an hour. You know, like you could just be like ding ding, you know. And plus, I guess apparently it can go 186,000 miles a second if you just. Thanks, just me. Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of trolls that show up on here with absolutely like. IQs that barely make it into the double digits. I mean, it does happen. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. I'm not putting a Discord link in here, this account. Sorry. I don't do that. Yeah. So that's why I have all of these lines by Grady Judd. Listen.
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
Or this one.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
Or this one. Let's see, that one didn't play. Oops. Come on.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. Did you hear what I said?
Now, this is my favorite one, though.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Even though that one doesn't diss anybody, it's awesome. They had mosquitoes because he was talking about this case where they found this guy had murdered somebody in a swamp, and they went back there, and he was talking about, and then he referred to, that's when he said this.
Did you hear what I said?
Not that one, hold on, this one.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Yeah. Maybe they were mosquito hawks that he mistook for them. There was mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp. There is no torchlight. Okay. There is not a torchlight. Yeah, so there isn't going to be a torchlight for you to go back and look at. So again, let's do it like this, I guess. So where's the torchlight? The car goes into the water. There's no torchlight anywhere. And as I was saying over here, I thought maybe at first that maybe that was a flashlight looking down, but as you can see, it's a car pulling out. Actually, this is where I thought, ooh, but it's not. You know, it's a car pulling out. And you can't track her car back at all. It just sort of comes in a group. There's a whole bunch of vehicles. So you're talking about right there. That's just a car there. Are you talking about that's a torchlight? This one right there? Why does it have to be a torchlight? Couldn't it just be a car that's parked with... So now that we're looking at that, I can tell you where that's going to be. It's going to be right at this little intersection right here, this junction right here. And the car is in this area with its headlights on. Okay, it's right there. And so you're looking at that, and go back to the video. See, what happens is we get over-analysis paralysis. You know, trying to figure out what each dot means and everything. And it's really in an attempt to find something nefarious. But as we can all see plainly, her car goes into the water. She is in that vehicle, and it goes into the water, and that's where she was found. Now, if you were pushing it in there slyly at night, why would you do it right when... Let me ask you guys this. If you were there, why would you do it right when everybody's leaving? Can you give me an answer for that? Like, everybody's leaving, everybody's driving around, everybody's paying attention. But it just so happens they got lucky during a window here that the car went in the water. You're just saying that's what happened. Why wouldn't you keep her in the vehicle till like 1 in the morning or something? Or, you know, and then when nobody's even around at all, put it in there. Right? You ever thought of doing that? Wait, hold on a second. I gotta check this out. Is there really... Is John Whittier in here? Where did he type something in? He's part of the group that I'm meeting up with later. I can't see him, but... Where did you see that? For some reason, I can't see the name. Maybe they're watching it on television right now, and they can hear the way the show is run. Yeah, there's nobody. You can't see. See, the thing is on the video, the real video is pitch dark, right? Absolutely pitch dark. This is an overlay of lightness so that you can make out the land formations. There's no way to tell that anybody is moving around or swimming or anything. You know, there's no way to see any of that stuff. This is merely here to show you a precise overlay over the top of a dark video from the same exact camera just earlier in the day. Everything's lined up, the mountain range, the water, everything. And you can see it. Oh, there it is. John Whittier. Became a freak. Well, welcome. Excellent. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to be heading out of here in a few minutes. So, going to get out of Dodge, drive down to the coast. Yeah, they steal it all the time. That's all they do, man. I can't do anything about it. You know, that's one of the things why you got to get out as quick as you can with information, because people steal it. I guess that doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. What I should do is, that's why people watermark things. They put information, you know, on the video itself, so that when people use it, they're using yours. Well, I haven't had a day off from YouTube in, I don't know, 6 months. Okay, I do 7 days a week, 3 to 4 hours every single day. And, you know, the freaks are always here. We usually have, you know, 250 to 400 people watching. And hopefully there'll be more people watching now. But a lot of times people are only interested in 1 or 2 cases. And when you're covering something that's not one of those, they just kind of go, yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks. Kilakai Lee W. Appreciate it. Yeah. I think it should be fun. I don't know if I can compete. I got my patellar tendonitis that just sucks, and you know, yeah, all kinds of other things too. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Hey, look at we're at 81,689. Everybody hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Boom. Let's get more people on the Rational True Crime YouTube channel. But you're so mean, Gray. You're so mean. Okay, these guys, are you guys sending me text message? Let me see. Hold on a second. They were trying to get their audio on the screen. Let's see. Ah, look at these guys. They're actually watching it. I can see it. That's hilarious. I don't know if you can see this, but look. They filmed. You can't. There it is. Look at that's somebody at the place watching on a laptop. That's hilarious. What do you mean let him in the chat? Oh, I'm not doing phone calls or anything. Yeah, you just get in and you start typing. What do you mean let you into the chat? You have to sign into Google.
Enjoy your show. Appreciate the logic. Look forward to future streams.
Thank you, Ultra Dark CEO. And welcome DJ Bakalula to Oogla Boogla Freaks. That's hilarious. Yeah, you have to be signed into Google to be able to chat. 400 billion suns. Do you know if cops, investigators knew? I don't think they did. I don't think they had any clue about this video. If they did, they would have kept searching in that water over and over and over again, because they would have known for certain that that car was there. There's no chance in hell that anybody with a rational mind at all wouldn't know that in this video, when Kylie Rodney, that light source that you see right there goes into the water, right here. There's no rational human being that would believe that isn't her car, given the fact, not only now, we know that the lights from the car, you can see over here, traverse the tree line and the water line. That's the lights from the vehicle, but it also goes into the water at precisely 12:33 when her cell phone quit pinging on towers. So having that bit of information right there, and it's the exact night, everything, it is 100% certain that that is her vehicle. Okay, I don't care what what anybody else wants to say out there. If it's not, then everybody should go play the lottery, because that's 1 in a trillion that you have right where the vehicle's found, a headlights going into the water at precisely 12:33 when the cell phone quit pinging in the towers, and eventually they find her in the vehicle, in the water, right where we see this light right now. Okay, so the odds of that, what would you put the odds of that not being the vehicle? 400 billion suns. You know, you're into the mathematical stuff. Just take a guess. What are the odds that that's not her vehicle? Just throw that out there. Oh yeah, you should feel that way, Laura Lee. There's a lot of really crazy absolute idiots on social media. And if you don't like me saying that, then don't be here, because it's true. I mean, just spend an hour listening to the drivel going on the conspiracy nut job channels, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. One and two. E to the 64. Yeah, okay, so there's 64 zeros after the 1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and not only that, it goes into the water right when her phone dies. Isn't that really just kind of obvious at that point? So here's the thing. If you want to be on a channel where, you know, I'm not like one of the people, if you make a really dumb or, you know, like a crazy comment, I'm going to say something. But it doesn't mean like, oh my God, you know, Gray doesn't like me or something. The next day we're just back onto something else, okay? It's just the way it is. I don't entertain the crazy conspiracy theories and weird comments that people make. Yeah, right. There you go. See, like right now we got the trolls. They always show up over and over and over again. It is what it is. It is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to end the show now. So I got to get out of here. And let me get to YouTube so I can thank people here. They said let John in, but you have to be signed on to Google somehow. I don't know. Oh yeah, you have to subscribe to the channel too, if that's what you didn't do. If you want to talk, you have to subscribe, because you wait, I think it's something like 3 minutes or 1 minute. Yeah, the Collier case is crazy, right? So was that new to you, Becky, earlier? I mean, absolutely nuts. Okay, so thank you to Elaine Tolling, Amy Ristad, Mary Glaviano, Benji, Elvina May, Ultra Dark CEO, Carla Hussey with a cat eye donation, The Velvet Army, Billy Juliana, The Mayor, One Sly Angel, Jody H, Corvette Sally 1, Kathy Freidenmaker, Your Gypsy, John Curtis, Matt Lewis, Emily Flotilla, John Curtis, Tamara, not today, but Tamara, Ange Texan, Emily Flotilla, Tamara again, not today but tomorrow, Wooble66, Zozo, Kathy Freidenmaker, KK, Samantha Sanders, The Velvet Army, 400 Billion Suns, thank you very much, Georgina Stoliker, Susanna Nick Gula Padrig, Carolyn EHS, Bama Forever with a double cat eye, Chasing Truth, Eugenie, 400 Billion Suns again. Chasing Truth. Carolyn EHS, this account. Hey! For being logical, it wasn't an accident. It was always an accident. It was an accident. It was always an accident.
Logical. It was an accident. It was always an accident.
Well, of course. Yeah, I mean, you could always throw something in there like maybe she got... you know, she died accidentally at the party, and then some kids panicked and shoved the car into the water or something. You know, nobody knows. But now this video here shows that somebody was in control of the vehicle as it went into the water. So then you'd have to believe that somebody jumped out, okay? I think it really, we're at a place where it's like 95% an accident where she went into the water all by herself, okay? You could put in a 5% that somebody else drove. They were able to swim out the one window that was open, and they just didn't tell anybody what happened. Okay, you can always do something like that. Carolyn EHS, this account, Georgina Stoliker, Ultra Dark CEO, and 4 Billion Suns again, and then Emily Flotilla and Georgina Stoliker. And also we had some channel members there. I know, 17 new channel members, but I know John Whittier was one, so thanks. They're not listed on the screen for me, unfortunately. Maybe I can go get them somewhere else. Hold on a second. Yeah, there it is. Memberships. Does it save the new ones? Yeah, okay, there you go. John Whittier, DJ Bacala, Angry A, Laura Frost,
To help Gray.
Kezchick
Everyone watch an
56,
episode tomorrow.
Ultra Dark CEO, True Montour, Layla, Laura Lee, Craig Andrews, Dina81, Wild Mountain Time, Sherry Whitford, I think it's Cherry Whitford, and Ethical Monster, Alicia R, and I think that's good. I think Craig has been here a long time. But anyway, got it. There, I can hear him texting me. And also, thank you very much. PS right there. Very cool, very cool. So hopefully I got everybody into the wheel spin at the end, but I don't really, it's hard to keep track sometimes when you're doing a show where there's a lot of people, but I give it a shot. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's right, everybody. Yes, you too can enjoy the Love Boat with Dr. Stubing, Captain Stubing, the Doc, Gopher, Julie, oh, and don't forget Zany Isaac. And look at that, Blue and Chloe screaming their heads off like they do every single time. All right, so tonight we're going to spin for an everything mug, a free card mug with a sketch, and a notebook. So here we go, everybody. Here is the spin. This is for the everything mug. Boom. And that's Bama Forever, who almost always wants to spin again. So we'll hit the shuffle button there, and here we go. But she could always just tell me if she wants that or not. Just like the Velvet Army. There it is. Carolyn EHS. Carolyn EHS, you got to send me your address for the everything mug. All right, this is for the free cart mug with a sketch. Here we go. Amy Rustad. There we go. Oops, hit the wrong. There we go. If you want to just buy one directly, you get one on. You just send a PayPal for $25, and then I send you a notebook, and I write a note and everything, and send it off. But you have to put your address. Make sure I have the right address in there. All right, so here we go. This one is for just the notebook by itself. Yeah, you gotta email me your addresses. Oh, there's Susanna again. All right. I bet you want me to respin. If not, I'll respin it again anyways. But you can always just tell me. No, it's PS right at the end there. Look at that, PS. So PS, send me your address and I'll be sending that off, all right? Very cool, very cool. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to be heading out in just a few minutes here. And, yeah. I really appreciate you guys. Let me hit this button here. But I appreciate everybody. The last couple of days have been a crazy sort of whirlwind. Absolutely nuts on social media. But hopefully you guys appreciate, you know, what I do there. You know, it's not often where you get to make a dramatic difference like that. But, you know, I feel like that's what we did right here, right? I mean, literally, we're able to show exactly where the car went into the water by cleverly using the earlier daylight overlay on top of a dark video, and it really shows everybody exactly where the car went into the water, exactly when it went into the water, and it turns out it's exactly the same time her phone died, Kylie Rodney, and it's exactly where the car was found, and she was found in the car, and all the crazy wacko conspiracy theories that everybody's been talking about, they're almost certain. It literally wiped out 95% of them, okay? The other ones, there are still chances, that somebody else was driving the vehicle, right? I mean, I can't say that that's impossible because all we see is this. But we know for certain that the tow truck driver guy was like Looney Tunes, okay? He was in a la-la land somewhere. But anyways, thank you guys very much for supporting my channel and allowing me to do these shows 7 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day. And also what's incredible is if you are new here and you don't know this, I'll just do this one more time right here. You can see it on the screen right here. In 2020, from the income from the channel, we donated $22,000. That was at the beginning of the pandemic. The next year, during the full raging pandemic, we donated $42,500 to charity and a DNA fund for identifying Jane and John Doe's. This year so far, we've donated $36,530 from the income from the channel. And we've still got 3 months to go. So the goal was at the beginning of the year $50,000, and I still think that is doable. And our buddy Jeff Safara, he's put in $4,000 of his own money. But we're at $101,030 since 2020. Okay, so that's something really to be proud of as an entire channel together, kicking ass and doing things the right way, even if you don't like my personality, okay? You know, just buy a blow-up doll with my face on it and punch it over and over again, and you'll probably feel better about it. But come back the next day and watch. It'll be awesome, okay? Just put a little goatee, a little white goatee, put some of these glasses on and a Under Armour hat, and just go to town on that sucker, all right? Excellent. All right, we'll see you guys on Sunday evening. All right, and I appreciate everybody. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6.
Yeah, I've been doing this.
Hey, Grant, what the hell is this?
While now.
Well, it's the wrap at the end of the
During
show.
this whole time,
Okay,
I have not
cool.
seen one person that is a
Crime dissector, fun
I'm
projector,
a certified human lie
a detector,
Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray's gonna give another lecture.
crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector.
Fool deflector, interceptor, and I mean than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, ya, just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Wait a minute, whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? By the way, I also forgot, thanks you to Jan H. on PayPal, Your Gypsy, and Nicola Reed, and TTJO Tracy. Thank you guys very much on there. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll get those. I think I got a couple of those on there on the spin. Don't remember now. Whose birthday is it though? Oh, it's Dana Dane's birthday. It's Dana Dane's birthday. Are you kidding me?
Who's Dana Dane, Gray?
Oh, you remember the one that did the artwork that was in the background on the, when we did on Halloween, right? So it's Dana Dane's birthday, right? Is that what you guys are telling me? That's absolutely incredible. Hold on a second. Where is Mary Lou? Oh, there she is right there. Okay. Mary Lou, sing happy birthday to Dana Dane.
I don't want to break you.
No, you got to sing it right now, okay?
Okay. Happy birthday to Dana Dane. Happy birthday to Dana Dane. Happy birthday, dear Dana Dane. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
You sounded sick, Mary Lou.
Well, I had those cigarettes again. I have the cigarettes that have retsin in them. You know, the new diet cigarettes. The low-cal ones. The ones that are wrapped in kale.
You smoke cigarettes wrapped in kale? That's ridiculous.
Yes, I do. They're healthy cigarettes.
No, it's the tobacco inside the kale that isn't good for you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, maybe next time, okay? Good night, everybody. Gee.
You sound like a nut job, Mary Lou. All right? So, thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. And again, as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Do I have to play the rap again? No, might as well. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody, talk to you later.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
It's the house!